only stays, the broke hoes goes.
Oh, fuck, shit, bitch.
Yeah, I'm Shaq West, and I'm getting really rich.
2017 vibes.
Dude, I was listening to Ocean Drive on the way home from school today, and I was thinking about 2018 Rolling Loud, seeing 21 Savage. Yo, I had a thought, actually. Bro, I really feel like 21 Savage needs to stop rapping on Drake songs or, like, with Drake, because every song he makes sounds the fucking same. Like, I need
You
him to
don't
go
think
do, like,
music
his own
sounds like
shit.
that already, like without Drake.
I guess maybe that's just in general, like where he's at in his career at this phase, but like, I don't know, just his older shit or like, I don't know.
I've
Sounds
been
different.
listening to 21 Savage since like probably 2014. Like for real. I'm talking about like Slaughter Tape, if you've ever really listened to that.
Nah.
Like I listened to that when that shit came out and I was like, bro, what in the fuck is this? This bro is on there talking about drinking and driving and like he has a whole song called Drinking and Driving. Nobody
Hell
ever brings
yeah.
that shit up, but
Hell
bro,
yeah.
his like, you know, the songs have stayed the same, you know, forever. So I don't complaining now.
Yo,
He's not
speaking of
gonna
drinking,
change it when he got rich.
nah, but I think that his bars were more creative and his music, like his flows were just more creative at like a certain point. Like, I guess you could say like that was his peak. But I'm thinking like 2017, 2016, 2017 to 2019 with like I am versus like I was or whatever the fuck that shit's called.
You
Like,
think he's? I'm just saying, bro. You
like
really
I think that
think
was his
21
prime.
Savage is a when you say a creative artist, or you know, like
Yeah. Yeah, he does his own thing. He's got his own sound for sure. 21 Savage has a very unique sound. It sounds like no one else but him, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I get that, right? But I'm just saying that he's a creative artist. He's not a creative artist. You know what each 21 Savage project's gonna sound like. There's
I guess we
no.
have different definitions. Like, I don't mean like he's not creative like the Beatles, where he's like getting all these strings and like this all combining all these different sounds and like
He's sounded the
harmonies and
same
shit
since like
and crazy
2015, bro.
lines. Like, yeah, like he just has his
That's
own
almost
like,
a decade.
yeah. I just think it's getting old a little bit. I guess that's what I'm saying.
And that's what I agree. Because I'm just like, you know, I wouldn't to say he's a creative artist, and I don't even want to. I would at least say, like, if we're going to talk about like, a creative trap artist in a sense, maybe like a Lil Yachty, you know, because Lil Yachty actually has, like, sort of shifted some sounds in a sense. You know
Yeah,
what I
Lil
mean? Like,
Yachty's
he's
keeping rap
changed.
alive a little bit,
He's,
low key.
no, yeah, for sure. The fucking king of rap.
He's not the king of rap, bro. But I'm saying like he's
You're
keeping
over
it
here
fresh.
talking about. You said that he's keeping rap alive.
Yeah, like
what
he's
are
keeping
you
it fresh.
talking
Like
about?
he's keeping it current. Like he's doing shit that's new, that's good still. Because
Okay,
a
I
lot
get
of guys
that.
aren't doing a lot of new shit that's
Yeah,
good. You
but that's
know?
my whole point about 21 Savage is that like he's been doing the same shit for 10 years at this point. So you know to
Wait,
call him creative in any sense is like wild. The only difference is that you know he's just been getting on bigger songs and now that shit's you know making him more money.
well, that's what I was about to get to. Because if we're talking about 21 and then the Drake album, Her Loss, I want to hear your thoughts about the new Drake album, Fat D.
Where's the pause button, bro?
Bro, that's what it's called. I didn't call it that. That's not, I
That's
didn't name the
not the
album.
name of the fucking album. I
That's
don't
literally
understand why
the.
people are calling the album that, but whatever. We don't
What do
use
you mean you
the.
don't understand why people are. That's the name for all the dogs, Fat D. You know, like Logic. Sorry to bring up Logic. It only took me 2 minutes, but you know, Logic, The Incredible True Story, tits. Logic's got tits, and Drake's got a fat.
I've literally never heard anybody call Logic's
Uh,
album that. That's
it
the
actually
wildest
is
shit.
called that,
That's
and the
the
people do
wildest shit.
refer to it on the internet and in
As
real life as
tits.
it as tits. Yeah, it's tits. Everybody, uh, yeah, Bobby Tarantino, BT,
My brother. Just because
my
the
G.
Logic subreddit is calling it tits.
No, everyone
Nobody
does.
else. I never heard that shit.
Ask Hunter or like someone else. Like,
Shout out to the Hunter name drop. He's gonna
shout
love
out to
that.
Hunter. We gotta have him on the pod, actually.
To talk about tits and fat.
Yeah, yeah. He'll be like, no, actually, bro, Mr. Morale, bro.
It's a better album than all of those. So
Yo, don't forget about the Big Steppers either.
you don't think so?
I just avoided answering because I don't want to give my opinion.
You like the Drake album that much?
Oh wait, what are you talking about? Oh, Mr.
Like I'm
Morale's
saying-
better than the Drake album. Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I was.
I thought you talking about. I thought you talking about the Incredible True Story.
Nah. I know you like the Incredible True
Okay,
Story.
okay. Because I was
I'm
like,
just
that
talking
album
about-
is like one of my favorites of all time. But
No,
I love
for
Mr.
sure.
Morale. Mr. Morale's great. I feel like it's really it has really grown. Like not grown. What am I trying to say? Like in the past year, like it's aged well. That's what I'm trying to say. It's aged well. But as far as Drake's album, bro, like I'm trying. At first, I didn't like it. I was like, whatever. Immediately when I woke up and I went on a 5-hour road trip that morning, so I listened to the whole thing in the whip. And the first song I played, this was like right when I woke up and I knew that the Drake album dropped. First song I go and play is the Sexy Red song because I had to hear what it sounded like.
I did the same thing, and I have
And then
not
the
listened
J.
to it
Cole
since.
song.
And I have not listened to it since. I've listened to the J. Cole song a couple times, of course.
Right.
But
He's like your
today,
favorite, right?
rather. I unfortunately this Drake album wasn't really doing it for me from the start. But I still know I have to go. I don't have to do shit, but like I'm gonna go back and listen to it just because I'll give him the the respect. Not I feel like music. I feel like Stan or whatever in South Park, where like everything started to just turn to shit. You know what I mean?
But I
So,
don't
like,
think
I
that's
gotta-
just you, and I don't think that's necessarily what's happening. I mean, it's a fact that like hip hop is not selling as much as it used to. That's a fact, So that's something to consider. But I think
got me listening to like dance and like electronic music, like I'm at a rave or some shit.
I've been listening to a lot of Zach Bryan lately. I've been trying to get into his music because I'm not really into country and shit, but like
But that's
Mike
the type of,
Mike
like,
fucks with his
you wanna
music
get.
and like it's pretty chill. Like it's pretty good. Like the lyrics are good. It's definitely a wave, and it's not like that like
It's
super
Tallahassee, I believe.
corny country shit. Chill, bro. I told you I'm going up for the game.
Oh, for real?
I am, yeah, with Jet and Mike and Ryan.
Enjoy that. That should be fun.
Yeah. Hey, bro. If we lose, fuck
Is that
it.
why
I'm
you're
still
listening
going
to
out.
Zach Bryan, though?
Nah. But I
Yeah.
did visit Mike's house. It's in somewhere in like North Florida. I'm not gonna disclose the location. Nah. But it's somewhere in North Florida. It's super chill. It's like very like South vibes, like Georgia vibes.
Yeah.
So I was there, and like that music is definitely like a vibe in that type of like environment. I feel like with the nature and like the weather and shit.
I get you. With
Like-
the nature and the weather and shit.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, it's like just a vibe out there. It's just different, and you wanna. It's like I don't know, I don't know, whatever. But to go back to the Drake album, I will say that. I feel like I'm name dropping all my friends on this podcast, but like Alex is a huge Drake fan, and like I've been like telling him like I don't really fuck with this album like that much, whatever. But I'm trying to listen to it more. There's a couple songs that I'm like, okay, like this is cool. And like it's still good enough to like where you could be playing it at a party in the background just as music and not give a fuck. That's how I felt about the Travis Scott album. It's like I could play this at the party or on the boat and like it's gonna be a good vibe to it's just like normal to us. But like it's background music. It's not some shit.
Songs, though?
Yeah, it's not some shit that I'm like, wow, this is really good,
So that shit's trash.
Yeah, like the only song on that album that I fucked with on the Travis Scott album was goddamn, what's that? I can't even remember the name off the top of my head, but it's I Know. Yeah, I Know. That song's
So
fire.
it's funny how everybody feels the same way. Everyone likes that song, but every other song on there, they're like, I couldn't name it.
Yeah, it's like I Know is like it didn't like he made it like too late for the last album, and then the rest of this fucking album he was just on some bullshit. Nah, but honestly, I think the Travis Scott album, well, I don't know. don't know. I don't know.
It's mid, brother.
I saved both of these albums, and I'm not really like, especially with Drake. And this is the last thing I'll say, and I'll let you say your piece. That, like, at least with Drake, bro, all of his music is so petty. It's like, bro, you're almost 40, bro. You have a child. Like, you're talking about these petty things that, like, maybe I would relate to if I was like in middle school when I first listened to you, but I'm not in middle school, and it's not like, oh damn, like, oh shit, that's crazy. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I want to hear real shit, or like real shit, like honorable shit. He just talks a lot of bullshit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think
Like,
he's an
fuck shit.
example of what happens when you don't grow with your audience, right? When you
Yes.
don't mature, right? Like, cause, and I hate to even say it, right? But any 35-year-old who's, you know, hanging out with 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds and shit like that, he's obviously, you know, bro.
He's stuck in that, like,
I don't even have to say it. You get what I'm saying? So, like,
at least it seems.
his music sounds exactly like that, unfortunately, right? And it's unfortunate because his peers, like Kendrick and J. Cole, and, you know, just whoever, Wale, I hate to even say Big Sean.
Even
just
Logic.
some,
Logic
you know,
has changed and evolved
exactly.
throughout his career.
All of these people
Jay-Z's
who
a great
are
example.
out around the same time as him have grown and matured with their music, and their music has matured as well, right? And it's just like we don't hear that from Drake. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
well, let me push back a little bit, because I think that he did do a great job with Honestly Nevermind. I really like that, and he got a lot of shit for that. And then, like, the next two albums after that album have been pretty, like, mid, and him trying to, like, just do this one style of music that's like pop hip hop, like popular, like mainstream hip hop, and it's like, I don't think people want that. That's why the Yachty album was such a success, because it was not classic hip hop or like current, like popular hip hop. It was implementing different sounds and from different genres, and people really gravitate toward that, you know.
I like the Yachty album, right? But I wonder what. I'd have to go back and look at what it sold, but I would just say I wonder if more
It did-
so the reception to it was because people were just so sick and tired of hearing just the same basic rap from everybody else, right? So
Yeah.
it was just like anytime somebody came out with something, you know, weird and different, and especially from like a guy like Lil Yachty, right? It's like, huh? So like,
But it was good.
know.
It wasn't that just that it was different, but it was actually quality. The production was
so
incredible.
I thought it was. I think it's good, right? I think it's great. I got the vinyl, but I also going back to it, think there's probably only 4 songs on there that are worthwhile. So how good really is it? Like, you know, like after
It's not a super long
revisiting it-
album either.
No, but it's not a super long album. But still, though, let's say that there are 9 songs. I'm telling you, you know, I guess it's a 45% or 35, something like that. But
I don't know.
it's
I
a
feel
good
like
album.
I feel like I like pretty much the whole album. Maybe a couple songs I'm like not so, you know, hype
I don't
about,
think it's
but
his best album, but I
No.
do think that his next album is going to be his best album.
and that EP he dropped with the song with J. Cole, and then the one with Strike on it, bro. Strike's one of my favorite songs right now.
Funniest
And
part is, you
yeah.
know, he probably sold his soul. Non-true.
What the fuck? That was so random. And you know what? If you think about it, bro, he was probably like, nah. We're not gonna get into all that.
No, but I would say that, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna hate on him for being best friends with Drake. I'm not gonna hate on the dude for having friends or whatever. I just, I wonder how that's influenced both of their careers. Because the Drake feature is not necessarily the biggest thing ever, and I think that Lil Yachty unfortunately has proven that. You know what I mean? Because they have multiple songs together, I guess, and I'd say they're both probably a little mid. No, well, there's no probably on the first one. The first one is mid. You know,
You
which
talking
one,
about Oprah's
what's-
bank account?
Yeah, like I don't think I've ever heard anybody play that song and be like, "This is gas." You know what I mean? So a Drake
Yeah.
feature doesn't help you on that, right? And then I would say even the new one, I don't know the name of it. That one's cool or whatever, but like, I don't even think a Cole Bennett video could necessarily save that and make it, it's not on the radio. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't listen to the radio, but I just know it's not. So
I feel you. I feel you. I've been listening a lot to Sunburn by Dominic Fike. That album is probably my favorite album of this year, I would say. That album,
but that's
along
an
with the
artist,
Daniel Caesar
what I mean?
album. Yeah, for sure. I'd say the Daniel Caesar album and the Dominic Fike album are my top two this year. And by the end of the year, I feel like I'll have like one more to make my top three. But those are for sure in the top two. But
top albums of the year.
yeah. Tell me your top albums, and then let's get back to talking about Drake a little bit more, and then we'll get off of that topic.
I guess I'm gonna say Vince Staples. He dropped a project. Who else? Honestly, man, it's been a tough year for music. I don't even want to say Gunna, but like Gunna had a great project.
Fuck you, me.
And I don't even mean on like some. Oh, honestly, you know who had the best album of the year?
Who?
Let's talk about it. Metro Boomin. Now, it's easy to do that when you can add like, all of the greatest
It's
artists.
like the
on there,
all-star
but
team versus like the
DJ
Miami Heat.
Khaled has also shown that doesn't mean shit because nobody's listening to a DJ Khaled album and he got the same shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like DJ Khaled, like, he had that shit going for him like earlier in time, and now it's more like Metro Boomin is like doing it now.
But even when he had that, it was still corny and those albums were still trash, John. I'm talking about the Metro Boomin album that he dropped.
The Spider-Man one?
No. I'm talking about the other one. You're joking, right?
What?
Heroes and Villains?
Yeah, the Spider-Man one, bro.
That's not this. All right, brother. If you
GGs.
haven't heard Heroes and Villains,
Nah, I have for sure. I have. Hold on, let me just go
saying,
check it
every
out.
song on there is literally the
Oh
bomb.
yeah. I'm tripping.
That is a classic album. In 10 years, 15 years from now,
That's
we're gonna be
not
talking
so
about that
much.
album.
That's not so much my style. Like, this album is good, but like this is how I
of the
feel.
year.
This is how I feel about like how I feel about this. How you feel about the Yachty album. Like, I'm looking back and I'm like, realistically on this album, I'll probably listen to like 4 songs. Type.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
Nah, but that also came out in 2022, so
Oh, it did? Damn.
yeah, that's why I thought you were talking about the Spider-Man one, because that one came out this year.
Nah, I'm not talking about the Spider-Man one.
Okay, for sure.
You played
But-
that game?
Nah, I have a Xbox.
Loser.
Dude, fucking Alex just got a PlayStation. Now all my friends have a PlayStation.
Join the club, brother.
I just got this Xbox like last year.
Sell
2 years
that
ago?
shit, get a PS5. You can get them at Walmart now. Shout out to the plug.
I don't know. But to go back to Drake, because we're getting a little off topic, that I really like what he did on Honestly Nevermind. I thought it was fresh. And I was talking to my friends about this, and I want to get your opinion. What do you think is better? What do you like more? For All the Dogs or Certified Lover Boy?
Certified Lover Boy for sure.
Yeah, same.
I think he's actually rapping on that one. I don't know. I just don't like this album.
Neither do I.
I think this album is literally, unfortunately, I thought Honestly Nevermind was Drake's worst album, but then this came out. I think they might be tied. Honestly, he might be. I'm not saying he's on the decline. I'm not going to be Skip Bayless or Max Kellerman.
Are we gonna get into that
Tom
convo
Brady.
now? Can we start talking about how Drake's out of his prime? Can we talk about it? Logic's
I
out of
think
his
that
prime.
actually- I think
Cole's
that
out of his
actually
prime.
might be- I don't think so.
The last couple
just
Cole
got his
features have
first
been
number
little
one, but he's
like,
out of his prime.
yeah,
I don't
because
know.
and yeah, you want to talk about how Drake features don't mean that much anymore, and it literally got Cole his first number one.
I'm saying that it doesn't mean like that the song is just gonna be a hit. J. Cole is a huge
that-
artist, just like Drake.
But he had never had a number one till he got a song with Drake.
Yeah, and
And
Lil
a number
Yachty
one
has
means it's a hit.
multiple songs with Drake, and he has no number one. So what does that mean?
I feel you.
You get what I'm saying?
Of course. I'm just
And Lil Yachty's-
playing
I
devil's
don't wanna say
advocate.
He's riding his coattails, you know what I mean? But come on, brother.
That's dumb.
I'm just saying that, like, you know, the Drake feature, it don't mean shit. Where's I Love McConan? You remember that song? The Tuesday
Club
song?
going up on a Tuesday. Hell yeah.
Where's brother at?
Bro, he's still doing his thing. When he was making music when Lil Peep was around, like with Peep and shit.
Saying he's doing his thing is wild because you have not heard his name in like 7 years until he dropped that.
Yo, don't talk about
Where
McConan if
Lil
you don't
Peep-
know the song Riss. Riss,
You-
Riss, Riss,
But
Riss,
John,
Riss,
you
Riss.
ain't heard about McConan since 2014, and now you want to act like McConan been doing some shit. It's
Bro,
been a
he's
decade,
been working.
brother. For a decade,
Yo, just give him more time.
for sure.
That's what he tells the label. Yo, bro, just give me like 6 more months.
No, you dropped.
No, you're done.
It's crickets.
I'm dead. All right, so you want to get into some other shit? Can we talk about Dwight Howard? He's a dick-sucking rapist. Is that what? Is that what I am to believe?
Dwight Howard's out here wilding. I remember when bro, back in like 2018 and shit like that, Dwight Howard was getting injured and shit like that, and on the injury report, it was saying that he was having like some shit was wrong with his butt, right? And everybody would troll and joke and be like, "Yo," you know what I mean? And now we really know for real, like, nah, that's what was happening, brother. Like, honestly, I don't want to. I'm not shaming the man. Do what you want to do, right? I'm just saying that, like, Dwight Howard's a wild dude because on top of doing that, he was on some like wild shit. He's over here in court having to be like, I had consensual sex.
When you're in court talking about you had some consensual sex, you probably didn't have some consensual
Brother.
sex.
Holy shit! It might be over for that man.
Nah, so let's peep the list here.
His whole life is coming out right now, unfortunately.
Pause. Something came out for sure, bro. Out the closet. All right, let's see.
Your flaw.
Nah, again, I wanted to reiterate what you were saying is that we're not shaming him for being gay or whatever. Although it is funny that like he had injuries to his butt and it turns out that like he was gay. But that's just funny in general. But what I'm saying, why I brought this up especially is because of the non-consensual aspect to it. He says there's a report. Now, I don't know how true this is. Don't quote me on this, but again, this is Twitter news. Says that report, Dwight Howard denies assaulting man he met on Instagram, claims sexual interactions were consensual. So apparently there's something where someone is saying that he assaulted them, but through that accusation, we have found out that, you know, he's gay because he came out and had to say, nah, they were consensual. So he's basically, you know, coming out and saying, I had consensual sex with this dude that I met on Instagram. It's like, all right, bro, but why is he saying that you raped? That's what that's the part that's concerning to me. Some other reports here. So apparently he's married to a woman on the LA. She plays for the LA Sparks, Taya Cooper. And apparently, she said that her marriage to Dwight Howard is over. She never wants to talk to him again, and she's single. After it was implied Dwight was cheating with quote individuals. Hey, yo,
Is an individual.
bro is cheating with motherfuckers.
Hey, yo, honestly,
Forget about it.
brother, you need to get your life in order. I don't know what you were out here doing. Well, no, we know what you were out here doing. The
I hope it
report
was.
said
I hope it was consensual. That's all I'm gonna say.
Honestly, yeah, I'm not even finna get into this shit.
But yeah,
wanna
Dwight
talk
Howard's
about-
tripping.
Let's talk about Waka Flocka and
All
Trump.
right. So Waka Flocka just endorsed Trump. He posted a tweet that said Trump 2024 or some shit, and then like he changed his profile picture to a picture of him and Trump. It looks like a fucking recruiting visit. He's like standing next to him. He's like, "This is my guy." I don't like the energy. Someone said,
Like
"Come on,
Nick
bro."
Saban in the 5-star.
Yeah, it's like Nick Saban trying to like land like fucking like someone like take someone out of the fucking UM's backyard in South Florida. He said, "Come on, bro. If you're going broke, we'll collectively stream Flocka or something. Don't go out like this." Sad.
I mean, you know he's a EDM DJ, right?
Are you for real?
Yeah, nah, for real. Him and like Shaq do like like little these whatever you call that shit, like a rave or some shit, you know?
I know Shaq is, but bro, wait. Sorry to go back to this.
Waka Flocka has completely, bro. He don't rap anymore. He's just
No, he
taking
doesn't.
his songs that he's already done.
So why
and
is he?
makes
Why
these
is he?
EDM
What's
remixes.
up with the Trump endorsement? Is he really about that?
Bro,
January
that's
6th?
probably his fan base now.
Oh,
That's his fan base now, for real. Think about it.
Oh, he's DJing to white boys.
Yes, frat boys. You
Ah,
could pay Waka Flocka to pull up to your frat and DJ.
of
probably.
course, bro. Waka Flocka has been touring the frats and the universities
You
in
know what I'm
America
saying?
for years.
So like, think about who his fan base is. When was
Bro,
the last
Waka
time
Flocka's the
you
type-
listened to Waka
Bro,
Flocka?
Waka Flocka's the type to do like your grad bash and shit, you know? Like,
That's the only times I listen to Waka Flocka is No Hands and Oh Let's Do It or some shit. You know what I
I don't
mean?
even know
Like,
what
come
that
on, bro.
second one is.
Oh, come on. You're
I had to hear it. I had to
showing
hear
your
it.
age on, what are you, 2004 or some shit?
You're so 2000 and late. You know what that's
Crazy.
from?
Can we talk about this real quick?
What?
I've seen people
Boom Boom
saying
Pow?
that if you were born in 1999, that you're old.
I
If
feel
you're not
old.
born in the 2000s, that you're like old. How does that make sense?
You're old if in relation to like a fucking jit, yeah. That's about it. Right?
But I
You're
never-
old
when I
to
was a
motherfuckers
kid-
who were born in 2008
I mean, bro,
that are like 14.
that's like a baby.
That's like 14, 15. They're like freshmen in high school. They're looking at us like we're old as hell.
Is that really 2008?
Bro, 2008, that's 15 years.
That's insane. I guess we really are fucking old.
We figured it out, folks. You heard it here, folks. You heard it. I can't talk. You heard it here first.
I was like, bro, holy shit, 2008.
We're 2000 and late. You feel me?
Yeah, damn, I'm not even that.
Nah. You were born in 99
Proudly
too.
99. Yeah,
I know
I'm
they're
proudly
gonna be
99.
jealous that we're born in '99. I was actually talking about this with my
shit.
sister. I want to get your opinion on this. That we are like the last generation, especially my sister's generation, because they were like a little older than me, like 6 years, 8 years. They were growing up during like the peak times for like MySpace and like AOL message boards and like that was a little bit before my time. And like Facebook and shit. Like I had a Facebook, but like I wasn't the first on Facebook. I never used a MySpace. Like that was like they grew up with like this emerging like technology. And even us, like, you know, we grew up and we had a childhood where we didn't have an iPad and we didn't have this constant like screens and stimulation and like all this shit. Like I feel like we had somewhat of like a normal childhood that I feel like is slowly being lost. And like the way that all this technology is changing our lives, like it's
Yeah.
changing how people experience childhood, I feel like, you know?
Cause like my childhood, we would go inside to play video games and shit like that. But you would like, you would go with your homie to his house to go play video games, like, you know, some co-op shit, right? It wouldn't be like
Yeah.
just some online shit. And
Right.
then on top of that, we used to like go and knock on your, like you would knock on your homie's door and be like, hey, can you come outside to play? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that was the
And
best.
then we go and just like do some shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if
I
kids
still don't know how we were
necessarily
never.
have
I don't.
that,
I still don't know how we were never friends growing up because you lived down the
Yeah.
fucking street, bro.
Yeah, literally, bro. I would go outside to play basketball. That's what like. So I don't know how you never saw me. There were kids who from the block who I knew, and I would go and play basketball with them. I guess you just never went outside, pussy.
Damn, catch me outside. How about that?
We didn't. It's funny how we live close to each other. This is more of like a political conversation now, but like we live like a block away from each other, but we went to completely different schools. How
Yeah,
does that work?
because you're trying to expose me because I've used a fake address. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.
Whatever, brother. What you
I
wanna talk
used a
about
fake
fucking-
address allegedly because all my friends went to Palmetto Middle, like my cousin and shit, and they lived in Pinecrest.
Hey, see, now you're doxing your actual address.
Nah, everyone knows the pod's out of Pinecrest. We're actually out of
Yes,
Cutler Bay.
sir.
We're actually posted
We're
in
out of
Homestead.
A multi-million-dollar house in Pinecrest.
Yeah. Try to break in, pussy.
We're in 2 different rooms in the same house.
Yeah, it's a mansion.
We're just trying to fool you.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about while we're already on sexual assault? I don't mean that as a laughing matter. I mean that as like.
Seemed like you
goddamn-
did. You laughed after you said it.
I mean it as like we can do better. You know.
Yeah.
Um.
Who's we?
I'm
Who's we? Who are we talking about here?
I'm talking about goddamn.
Motherfucking ham sandwich. Why you ain't eat that shit cold? Can't even cook a fucking sandwich.
I wonder where those kids are now.
That's why your daddy whoop you and you cry.
They have
Favorite
to still
fucking
be
video of all time.
I know they're still friends for sure.
When they fight and he's like, "What's up then?" He's like,
Imagine they're still getting into fights about ham sandwiches.
"Nah, that was just some like little kid shit. That was honestly adorable."
No, they're still doing that shit.
Nah. Nah, they
Whatever.
grew up. Now it's about like pussy and shit,
Oh, okay, so
And-
they're still fighting. It's just
or, like-
even worse now.
or like money or drugs or who knows what the fuck, bro.
Damn, bro.
I don't want to assume anything, but
It's a movie.
dude, straight up. What if one of those kids?
Netflix
What if one of those kids like became like the next president? Not the next president, but like a president or like
Damn.
some crazy shit, like an astronaut, or like did
What if
anything
he
that we were
became
like.
the next president, and then they used that against him as like an ad. They were like, "You can't even cook a fucking ham sandwich." Even your friends since you were a kid knew you.
Fox
were
News is gonna do a whole fucking episode, a whole segment about how he can't cook a sandwich.
Why would you vote for this guy? His friends don't even like him.
They're gonna be like, and Tom, why didn't he eat it cold?
Literally,
It's a
why didn't
sandwich.
he? Every president since 1776 has eaten it fucking cold.
You
This
thought
guy
you thought they could just cook a ham sandwich in the fucking revolution? Our founding
my vote.
fathers couldn't do that.
Straight up.
It's not in the Constitution. That's why he hates America and the Constitution. I rest my
Is
case.
the 2020 is it 2024?
Yup. That's the one.
Is that shit even a thing? I
Nah,
haven't
they
heard
canceled
nothing
it.
about
Nah, they canceled it.
I haven't heard nothing about it.
Uh,
Being dead ass.
Imagine. Nah, they're not canceling elections till Trump wins again. Then
Wins
we're gonna
again?
start canceling elections. Yeah,
That makes sense.
for security reasons.
I'm just saying. I feel like before, what was it? Not even 2020, but well, shit, 2020 and 2016. I heard about it way more than I've heard about it now. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's really low key right now. Like nobody's talking about it.
2016, there was no incumbent.
Maybe it's because it's only Republicans.
2016, there was a Republican and a
Democrat.
Democratic race at the same time because Obama had already finished his second term and couldn't run again. So both sides were picking a nominee. And then in 2020, the Democrats were picking a nominee, but it was all about Trump because he
Right.
was like enemy number one, etc.
But
Very controversial president. And then now the Democrats have a nominee who isn't popular, who Democrats don't even want to run. And then the Republicans have their guy, but their guy not only is facing multiple felony indictments, is also not debating and not participating in any of this, normal process.
Is he the guy though for the Republicans?
This is how it works. It's up to the primary voters in each state. Iowa, all the states, New Hampshire.
Is he on the ballot? Like,
well,
you
here's
could
the
just
thing.
circle his
Yes.
Like you could just.
Well, here's the thing. In the Republican primaries, he is going to be on the ballot, and if he is on the ballot, he's going to win. Here's the problem.
For sure.
Here's the problem that
That's why I'm not.
he
hearing
might
shit.
not be on some ballots. For instance, there's a possibility he's not on the ballot in Georgia because of the criminal case against him when he, among many other things, called the Secretary of State and asked him if he could find him 11,000 votes, word for word.
But if Georgia's just gonna be one state, he can still win that shit.
But Georgia is a swing
The
state,
big state.
and
No,
Biden
but
won
I-
Georgia, and because Biden
Oh, so
won.
you're talking about on the overall ballot. I was just talking about.
Well,
the
there's also federal charges against Trump, and if I think that it's possible that he will be found guilty. The question is, if he's found guilty, what is the ramifications? He's not going to go to jail. He's a former president, so it seems like he'd probably be on house arrest in Mar-a-Lago. That's what people are saying right now, but we really don't know because this has never happened. So as far as what would really happen, it'll be interesting to find out. But people are saying that he's going to be arrested. Or not arrested. He's going to be found guilty and then be on house arrest and stay at Mar-a-Lago. And then if he wins, you can still run for president. You could still run for president from prison. People have done it in the past and have received a significant amount of votes before. This happened in the 20s with
Who the fuck
this
did
happened in the 20s with a socialist who was criticizing World War I, and at the time it was illegal. He got put in jail, and he was running. His name was I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But yeah. Anyways, long story short, he can still run even if he's found guilty and convicted and put on house arrest or arrested in whatever manner he will be. Because the evidence is damning. Any person with two eyeballs can you know what I mean? But so we don't know. It's this shit's crazy as hell, and I feel you.
You're trying to tell me that a felon is gonna run as a Republican
And win in the party of law and order of, yeah. It's
Look how the tables turn.
damn. Real shit. No, but real shit.
But no hate to Republicans or shit.
It's not all
However
Republicans.
people wanna feel.
It's not
I
all
just say that,
Republicans.
This is an interesting concept, right? Because if anybody would have told you in 2016, this is how this all would have gone, everybody would have been like, you know what I mean? But
You also
we're
told
in
them
for
we'd have a
shit show.
pandemic. Anything about the past fucking 6-7 years, shit's been insane. Insane time to live in. Right?
it's a shit show for sure.
But we'll see, dude. We'll see, man. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. And I just want to say one more thing, and then we'll switch the topic. That I really believe that Trump supporters, not all Republicans, but just people who support Trump, that shit is a cult. I don't care what anybody says. It is literally a cult. These people don't care about facts or truth. They don't care about nuance. It is my guy or no one, and it's really dangerous. It's really scary. And the fact that he could run from prison after basically trying to overthrow the government one time and still possibly win because the Democratic nominee is so
His
weak,
ass. Yeah.
bro.
It's unfortunate.
Bro, all I know is I really hope somehow Biden manages to win, or anyone else other than Trump wins. Straight up.
Why do you think Biden didn't just step down? Why do you think he feels like he still needs to be president even though he can't walk?
Bro, like ego. And like
And his fellow colleagues of his age are, currently dying in office.
it's
know what
that
I mean?
generation, they don't want to let go, bro. They don't want to let go. They fucked up everything and they're like, I'm not letting go.
They have to be like a top 3 worst generation, right?
Type.
Like they might be just like the TikTokers.
It's
You know
ironic
what I
because
mean?
their parents' generation, you know what they were called? The greatest generation. And they gave birth to
Yeah.
the worst generation. That's really tough.
Who then gave birth to another worse generation. I hate to say it, but those 80s babies aren't any better.
Gen Xers.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. Maybe I'm biased as a 90s baby.
Yeah. I feel like
I would say
millennials and Gen
80s babies.
Zers are different for sure.
But what's our generation, though? Like,
I think we're Gen Z.
99. Oh, but that's the TikTokers?
We're like in a
I
weird
don't put
spot
myself in that.
because we're technically I think millennials, but we're more like Gen Zers. Like millennials are more like born in like the early 90s.
Yeah. It's such a weird spot to be in.
Yeah, the late
'Cause I
90s.
don't understand, like, I hate to say, like, these little kids or whatever, but I don't understand, like, that generation. And then I also sort of don't understand the other generation. I think we honestly should be our own generation.
Yeah,
1999?
I feel like we
Like,
are.
What's another generation? Like, think about, like, the last time that year, like, something like that year happened. That was, like, 1899. You know what I mean? You think they felt like the people from 1880, or
Probably,
like the
dude.
people
Shit
from,
didn't change much back then, to be honest.
nah, dude. They were like, we have cars. We have cars.
Y'all
We
still
were
whipping the
driving a
horse?
fucking horse.
That's
What are you talking
crazy. I got real
about? Think
horsepower,
about
fuck
that,
boy. Damn,
Just
that's
saying.
tough.
You want to get into Michigan State and all the dumb shit they're doing? Weren't they
Oh, that's
showing
what you
a
meant when
Hitler
you said
trivia
speaking of sexual assault?
Yeah, because Mel Tucker.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Get into it. Get into
But
it.
on top of that, so the head coach of Michigan State has been on some wild shit. I'll get into that in a second. First, we'll start off with Michigan State having a trivia question during their football game. And you know how most trivia questions are, how many yards is a first down, right? Michigan State's trivia question was, where was Hitler born?
Dude, everyone knows Vienna
For sure.
or Prague.
The only well, that's not the only problem with it, but another big problem is when they do this, they're gonna go show Hitler's face on the big screen during a football game.
Real
that's
shit.
nationally televised.
They're trying to distract from
putting
what's going on
Hitler's
with the head
face-
coach.
And on top of that, especially right now of all times, you're gonna show Hitler on
Yeah,
the big
I didn't even
screen.
think about it like that, dude. That's super
I'm just
insensitive.
saying,
Yeah.
like, Michigan State honestly has to be one of the funniest schools ever.
And we
They
lost to
might
them
be,
in 2021.
Blue Mountain State of you know what I mean?
The Midwest.
They're just funny as fuck.
Bro, Michigan and Michigan State are both going through crazy scandals. Michigan, you saw the shit with them? Their scandal of stealing
the
signals?
signals and shit.
Bro.
Dude, he's gonna get suspended for a game. I don't even think it's anything big. I think people are sort of blowing it out the water.
I don't know, dude. I think that it might actually be the reason why Jim Harbaugh stops coaching at Michigan finally.
I don't think so. I doubt it.
I think it's possible.
I doubt
I wouldn't put my money on it, but I think it's possible.
He could coach
Because he's
anywhere.
been
He
trying to
could
get out for a minute.
He could. I don't think he he has. You are right. And then they had to re-sign him to that big contract.
Bro, can we talk about how everyone's calling Josh Gaddis a fraud now because he was on that team and they were giving him the defense's signals and they knew and then we got him and we were the worst offense we've been in like a fat minute.
Where's Josh Gaddis now?
Maryland.
Interesting.
And
And how are they doing?
not well.
Exactly.
Maryland actually hired
He's their
Dan
offensive
Enos.
coordinator.
What?
Is he their offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Enos or
No. So when we had Enos and we fired him after 1 year, the first year of Manny
Yeah.
Diaz, we fired him. He got the job with Maryland.
It's because their coach is from like Bama. He used to coach like their head coach at Maryland. He used to coach at Bama. I'm pretty sure.
They have
and
Tua's younger
Dan
brother as a
Enos-
quarterback. He's pretty decent.
And Dan Enos used to coach at Bama.
Yeah.
But I forgot.
Well, so what I was going to say is that Dan Enos got fired from there, and then he was working at Arkansas, and then he just got fired this season, I think, actually.
Oh damn!
But
He got fired during the season.
I think so. Or like, like recently he was working for them and got
Damn.
fired. But then it's funny because then fast forward to the Mario Cristobal era, we get a 1 year offensive coordinator who also doesn't do it, do it for us. Fire him, and then Maryland picks up that same guy again. They pick up, except it's Josh Gaddis now.
What about the real hero in the story or the scapegoat in the story, Manny Diaz?
I mean, bro, he could coach a defense. I wouldn't want him as my coach on my defense, but he can coach a defense, especially if he has good players.
So that's the problem, though. I think what it is that he probably just wasn't a good recruiter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he couldn't sell it enough, He could coach the fuck out of a defense, and he could hire a dude to run the offense, right? He proved the same thing, right? So it's just like, what was his real problem? And I think his real problem was just that offense, once Rhett Lashley left, you know what I mean? It fell down the drain, and then he was already in hot water, and his defense, what he was known for, wasn't playing good either.
The loss
So
to
it was
FSU
like,
really hurt. That 2021 loss to FSU really hurt him. That was the nail in the coffin. And then on top of that,
just a perfect alignment because while Manny Diaz is doing bad or whatever, Mario Cristobal on the other hand was doing good, right?
Yeah.
And then we see that and we're like, fuck it, you know what I mean?
I was
Make
about
the
to
swap.
say, I'm
So
like, yo, and then we see a
it's an
former alum
unfortunate
who
situation,
got his not his start, but he developed as a coach under Nick Saban at Alabama. Then
then
went to
Manny
Oregon, a
Diaz-
huge program, won a Rose Bowl and a Pac-12 championship, went to one more or two more. You know what I mean? I think
Something also just irks me about Manny Diaz being an FSU alum.
it
But
doesn't sit
whatever.
right either.
Yeah.
Mario went to UM. He practiced on Green Tree. He won 2 championships as a player. He coached as an assistant in the early 2000s. He was on that coaching staff for the 01 team, I'm pretty sure.
But whatever. In 20 years, he'll get his.
Let me tell
They
you.
don't retire
Let me tell you the
coach.
difference. The difference is yes, recruiting, because Mario got a top 5 class last year. We got a top 10 one this year. But on top,
But it's not like old boy didn't do that already. He had already. Manny Diaz had already done that.
we had never had a top 5 class. Not with Manny Diaz.
Shit wasn't. Was it top 10?
We might have had one top 10 class, but it was a miss.
I remember. I think it was literally the class of like 17 or.
But
or maybe
it was 18,
or
but that
something.
wasn't Manny
Yeah.
Diaz's class. That was Mark Rick's class.
I get you.
Manny Diaz wasn't a
mean,
good
Manny
recruiter.
Diaz
We
was
lost a
fucking
lot of guys,
recruiting.
but also it's in Mario's DNA to build from the line of scrimmage outward, and we're seeing that pay benefits now
yeah.
because we're seeing how we were manhandling Clemson on the O-line and the D-line. You told me that 2 years ago, I'd be like, you're fucking joking. We're not dominating Clemson on the line of scrimmage either direction. But that right there, and we have not only a transfer from Alabama, but a transfer also from UCF at our center position, and we have a true
Best center in the
freshman
nation.
at right tackle.
And they're getting it done.
And they're getting it done. They're one of the best units in the country. And Mario Cristobal has his high school best friend, lifelong best friend, coaching that O-line, one of the best O-line coaches in the country. Mario's also an O-line guy. He played O-line. And I think that is going to allow us to have an explosive offense. And if our offense takes pressure off of the defense by being able to run the ball and chew up time, and it keeps our defense fresh, we have athletes and we have good enough schemes where we can cause havoc and disruption and play well enough where, if our offense can continue to protect the quarterback and let our quarterback hit guys downfield, we're going to be good. I mean, last thing I'll say, our defense is like top 20. Our offense is top 10. You cut out the turnovers and the penalties, which rank both in the hundreds. We could very well be 6-0 right now, ranked in the top 15, maybe even top 10. So, yeah.
No, that's facts.
But
unfortunately, fumbles, turnovers,
But we cleaned that up against Clemson. Let's see if we can play the rest of the season clean.
Football and just sports in general are all about the little plays that you think end up not mattering, and then they do. You know what I mean? I watch, the Patriots every week lose by like 1 point, not 1 point, but
one possession.
And it's always some dumb shit that we did, right? And in reality, we damn near could be a 6-0 team. You know what I mean? It's just the fact of a couple of things not going our way, and they always happen at the wrong time. You know what I mean? So it's a thing that you got to get fixed, and it takes some time, but it also takes just getting better players. Because most of the time when that's happening, you don't have good players. So
yeah,
I'll just leave it at that. Lastly, predictions for Dolphins, Patriots. Just give me the score.
Well, I don't know if Tyreek Hill's going to play. We have a lot of injuries.
Our whole defense is injured, brother.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It's in Miami.
Yep. 305.
The Dolphins are 15-2 in their last 17 games at home. I think that they'll find a way to get it done. I think that the Dolphins will win. I don't think it's going to be as much as lopsided as the first matchup was. I think it's going to be close. I think it could be decided, like you said, by a lot of those games that you guys have played, by one possession, if not one field goal, which is, again, one possession, but you know what I mean.
Go 24-17. Patriots last possession, game-winning touchdown. That's how I'm going.
I'm gonna take.
If we win, it's gonna have to be like that.
I'm gonna say 27-21 Dolphins.
Let's go back and see how this goes.
Bet. Hell yeah,
brother.
All right.
It's the Butcher Shop. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for watching.
See you guys next week.
Or listening. Peace.
Yeah, it's all the same, right?
Oh, cool. What?